Welcome in, you guys, to Why So Sidious, a Nerd podcast. We got the whole crew, myself, Jeremy, we got David, and we got Caleb. For a non-spoiler Superman review, this will be a short episode right before we record our full spoiler review, which will also be live on YouTube. We're going to try to hop out and separate that so no one looking for non-spoiler stuff will get a bunch of spoilers, vice versa, and all that. But they're both coming out today, and we're just going to give our initial reaction, basically. Not going to spoil anything. Plot wise, and let's just get after it then, Dave. Instant reaction to the Superman movie, James Gunn, DCU, starting off his universe.
My instant reaction when I walked out of that theater was, it wasn't bad. I had a feeling. I had a feeling while I was watching it. I was like, I think I might be on the outskirts of my takes here. You know, I got halfway through. I sent the text to the group chat. You know, only halfway through. I'm not loving it yet, and I wasn't hating it either at that point. I just wasn't really like deep into it, loving it at that point. Second half picked up a little bit for me. But yeah, overall, you know, I thought it was a good movie. I thought James Gunn did a lot of good stuff. I think there was more stuff in it that I liked than I disliked. But it didn't blow me away. And I don't know if that comes down to the quality of the movie or if that just comes down to my realization that I just am not a big Superman fan. I really do think that may have played a part in my reaction to this. So overall, it was good. It had really cool moments here and there, but I wasn't in love with it.
Yeah, I'm similar, but I liked it more. The second half of the movie is definitely better than the first half. The first half is pretty fast paced, I'd say, and I didn't really love that. Um, there's definitely a James Gunn vibe to the movie, which you can either love or not love so much, you know, because it's definitely his style of movie. Um, I mean, all the actors killed it. Everyone who was in the movie did a great job with what they had. You know, Lex Luthor, Lois Lane, even Superman. Definitely a more relatable Superman compared to Henry Cavill, a more human Superman, I'd say.
Yeah.
I think I'm close to you guys, but I probably liked it the most. I'm thinking that it sounds like I like it the most. We'll see when we get to those ratings in the spoiler review. But one thing that did stand out is the acting. Even if I didn't love the characterization of, say, Lex, and not like I disliked his characterization, but the acting was phenomenal. Just some of the characters for me were, I mean, if I'm going to do little non-spoiler gripes, you had the character, you're stuffed with characters, and it almost made it feel more stuffed that we didn't get explanation to really who they were, where they came from. That's kind of spoiler territory. I'll just leave it at that. Um, I loved the Superman characterization. I was down for all that, and I really just loved how it just felt really weird and unique and comicky. It felt so comicky with the places that we went and the conflicts we dealt with. Didn't love the kaiju from the trailer. Didn't love that. It was just kind of okay. The JSA, I liked him, but again, kind of disappointed me. I think Mr. Terrific was the standout there. And Metamorpho. Really liked what they did with Metamorpho.
Yeah.
So I'd say it's very action packed, entertaining, and fast paced, though. So I appreciated that and agreed with love. Halfway through the movie, I was like, man, that's a lot of hype for what we're getting here. But then the second half really blew up for me and kind of fell in love. Ma and Pa Kent, the emotional moments were there. Crypto was good, less annoying than I expected. I thought he would be more
Yeah.
annoying.
Same.
And I'll say as a whole, James Gunn toned back, I think, his humor. I think there were still really good, funny moments, but I was expecting more forced humor. You know, but it is still James Gunn, so there is still some of that. It worried me when that trailer and that droid is talking about Superman looking at her.
Right.
That was the worst joke still in the movie. Like there wasn't a joke worse than that,
was.
and there wasn't a ton of jokes that bad. So overall, liked it a lot. A few picky gripes, and that's about it.
I felt like I didn't feel like there was too much humor or forced humor, but like, I don't think I laughed nearly as much as any of the Guardians projects
True.
or anything. Like I didn't like get put off by a lot of jokes, but I also wasn't like laughing hard at a lot of them either. The whole Lex thing, again, won't go into it. Nicholas Holt did a great job. I just don't know that I like the character Lex. I think it's very comic-y, and it did land in that way. It felt like a comic book movie, very colorful, very James Gunn-esque. It felt alive, vibrant, like it was very popping out at you. So there were a lot of unique, cool James Gunn aspects in it.
Love it. If you had to pick one character that was a standout that you didn't expect, and also one character that maybe you expected more out and you were disappointed with, non-spoiler, as far as the side characters.
I'll say Lois Lane. I thought Lois Lane killed it. There was a couple great scenes with her and Superman. Yeah, she was strong through the whole movie. And then disappointment, I say Hawkgirl, I guess.
Yeah, I think we're all there. Yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah.
That's all I'll
Well,
say there.
and I just have so many questions, but that's all we'll say about that. How about this then? Dave, if you had to on the spot, you have the 3 Guardians movies and you have Suicide Squad. Where does Superman fit on the list of enjoyability?
Oh, no, don't say it.
Dude,
Last?
until I get a chance to rewatch it and kind of take it in again, I enjoyed Suicide Squad more when I first watched it compared to this one. And again, I enjoyed, a decent amount, but I enjoyed the Suicide Squad movie a lot when I watched it. I thought it was a fun, entertaining movie. It wasn't amazing by any means, but yeah, it's definitely below all the Guardians for me. One thing, Crypto, I thought I was really not going to like him. I actually ended up enjoying him way more than I thought I was. James Gunn he's good at the creatures thing. He just nails it.
I definitely not better than Guardians 1 or 3 for me. Probably better than Suicide Squad for me. And Guardians 2 is where I would have some trouble. Need to rewatch. How about you?
That's
Lo?
where I'm at. That's where
Really?
I'm at. I need to see it Superman one more time for sure.
Yeah. I was seeing if there was any versions on 123movies.com today already.
Yeah,
You always gotta
it's
check.
pretty early. It's not
I
even
know.
out
It was hopeful, man. Superman is about hope.
That's true.
No, that's stupid. Okay, so then non-spoiler. Were the cameos satisfying or disappointing? Dave.
A little underwhelming, I would say.
Agreed.
I think I expected more on that front. It wasn't horrible. The ones we got were used pretty well. Except the ones we got didn't even feel like cameos. They just kind of felt like side characters.
Or
It
like
just felt like a
Easter
lot
eggs.
of side
Oh.
characters. So pure cameos, probably, definitely underwhelming.
Lobster.
One great one though, but I won't say which
Yeah.
one. But there was one great one.
Oh yeah. I kind of disagree. We worried about the movie being overpacked or too much going on, so I felt like they kind of did it. He did a good job of limiting the cameos to where it didn't feel like it was too much.
I agree on that. It was limited for sure, and probably to a good. I think I was just expecting to see a few more like pretty wild cameos because of how busy it already looked. But
Right.
Well, and the fact that he told us that there would be cameos like a week before, that kind of made you.
Hey, don't
Anyway,
stay,
yeah.
don't stay for the post-credit scenes.
I was gonna say non-spoiler again, post-credit scenes, but that's across the board. We're all gonna. That sucks. That sucks. Whatever.
not worth the wait.
It's and you might. I mean, if you
watch them
want
on
an
Twitter,
extra
I'm
20
sure.
minutes or 20 seconds of screen time, God, the first one was about 5 seconds. Sure. I mean, it's just comedy. There's nothing important. There's no reveals. So, it was a spoiler, kind of. Whatever, dude. It's just it didn't spoil anything.
I think
that
it's a
happens.
fair warning.
It's a
It's
fair
just not
warning.
really worth waiting around. But
It's a lot of time to wait.
maybe you'll
so.
love it.
Yeah.
And then I guess, I mean, that should do it. That's our non-spoiler take. And we're about to flip right over and start our spoiler conversation. But we had to get this out for you since we saw it early. And I hope you liked it. I hope you appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, and check out our spoiler review after you see the movie. And we hope you love the movie. And yeah, take care.
Thank you, Amazon.
Yeah, thanks, Amazon. That's cool. That was cool.